Urgent warning. Human warship detected. Prepare for impact. The unseen threat in the void in. The vast and silent depths of space, where celestial bodies drift undisturbed for eons, an anomaly emerges. A signal, unmistakably artificial, cuts through the cosmic background noise. It is not a pulsar, not a distant quasar, nor the erratic emission of a dying star. It is structured, rhythmic, and intentional. Across alien worlds, an urgent warning is broadcasted. A human warship has been detected. For the first time in recorded history, an intelligent civilization, perhaps one that has existed in secrecy or isolation, faces an encounter unlike any before. The implications are immediate and severe. Will this warship arrive in peace, or does it signal the beginning of an unstoppable conflict? What does it mean for the balance of power in the galaxy? To understand the gravity of this situation, we must delve into the nature of human warfare, their technological advancements, and the historical patterns that define their expansionist tendencies. The human legacy of war humanity's history is a relentless saga of conquest, strategy, and survival. Unlike many species that evolve in stable ecosystems, humans emerged in a world of constant struggle, where the weak perished and the strong adapted. Their warlike tendencies are not an anomaly, but a defining characteristic. Throughout their recorded history, from the Peloponnesian Wars of ancient Earth to the devastating conflicts of the 21st century, humans have demonstrated an unmatched ability to innovate under pressure. The rapid development of technology, from bows and arrows to nuclear weapons, illustrates their instinct for survival at all costs. Unlike civilizations that seek harmony, humans thrive on adversity, pushing their technological boundaries through. The art of war. Consider the Cold War era, when humanity teetered on the brink of mutual destruction. The doctrine of mutually assured destruction, MAD, ensured that no nation could launch a nuclear strike without facing obliteration in return. Yet, rather than abandoning their weapons, humans perfected them, creating intercontinental ballistic missiles, stealth bombers, and autonomous drones. Now, if they have brought warships beyond their homeworld, what new capabilities have they unleashed upon the galaxy? The human warship, a nightmare. In metal, what does this detected vessel look like? If it follows the principles of human engineering, it is not merely a mode of transportation. It is a fortress, a weapon, and a statement of power. The design of human military ships on Earth provides chilling insight into what an interstellar variant might resemble. Hull composition and armor. Human warships on Earth, such as aircraft carriers and destroyers, use reinforced materials capable of withstanding missile impacts in high-pressure environments. In space, this would translate to a combination of advanced alloys, carbon nanostructures, and energy-dispersing fields to repel directed energy weapons. Offensive capabilities. The concept of kinetic bombardment, using high-velocity projectiles to strike with devastating force, has already been theorized by human scientists. A warship equipped with railguns, particle cannons, or even antimatter warheads could level entire cities from orbit. Stealth and detection. Humans have perfected stealth technologies, from radar-absorbing coatings to electromagnetic jamming. A warship designed for deep space conflict could evade detection for months, appearing only when it chooses to strike. Now, if such a vessel has been detected, one must ask, was it discovered because humans allowed it to be? Or was it merely the first of many lurking unseen in the cosmic shadows? The psychological warfare of humanity. While technology determines the tools of war, psychology determines the tactics. Humanity's approach to conflict is not just brute force, it is deception, adaptation, and psychological dominance. Consider Earth's military history, the Trojan horse of ancient times, the misinformation campaigns of World War II, and the cyber warfare of the 21st century. If humans are deploying warships into deep space, their strategies will be just as unpredictable. False, surrender, and deception. Throughout history, human forces have used misinformation to lure enemies into traps. Would an extraterrestrial species recognize such tactics before it is too late? Guerrilla warfare on a cosmic scale. Humans have demonstrated an ability to wage asymmetric warfare, utilizing small, highly trained units to dismantle larger forces. A single human warship, rather than engaging in direct combat, could disable planetary defenses and weaken a civilization from within. Diplomacy as a weapon. The most dangerous aspect of humanity may not be its weapons, but its words. Unlike many species that operate on rigid hierarchical structures, humans excel at negotiation, persuasion, and manipulation. If the warship's arrival is accompanied by a diplomatic envoy, it may not be seeking peace, it may be assessing weaknesses, planting ideological seeds, and preparing for long-term subjugation. This is not just a battle of firepower, it is a battle of minds. Those who underestimate human cunning do so at their own peril. The strategic implications of a human warship. Arrival. The arrival of a human warship in deep space is not just an isolated event. It is a shift in the galactic balance of power. For civilizations unaccustomed to human military doctrine, the mere presence of such a vessel poses existential questions. What is its purpose? Is it a scouting force, a diplomatic envoy, or the first step in a full-scale invasion? To understand the broader implications, we must analyze potential scenarios based on humanity's historical patterns of expansion, conquest, and strategic planning. Theories on the warship's purpose. The nature of the detected warship, its size, trajectory, and activity, can reveal its possible mission. Historically, human exploration has often been driven by three primary motivations: resource acquisition, military expansion, and strategic positioning. Any one of these could explain its presence. Reconnaissance and intelligence gathering. Before launching an offensive, human military forces prioritize reconnaissance. Whether through satellite surveillance, espionage, or drone operations, humans rarely strike without first understanding their enemy. If this warship is gathering data, it may be assessing planetary defenses, scanning for valuable resources, or mapping key infrastructure. A stealthy, unmanned probe may have preceded its arrival, silently observing from the darkness. Colonization and terraforming operations. Human expansion has always been relentless. From the European age of exploration, on Earth, to the establishment of lunar and Martian bases, humans have consistently sought new territories. If their technology now allows them to terraform alien worlds, this warship may not be here to negotiate. It may be the vanguard of an occupation force, securing resources and eliminating resistance before settlers arrive. Military outpost, or forward base. Throughout history, Earth's superpowers established naval bases in strategic locations, ensuring control over trade routes and military dominance. In space, this tactic would be equally effective. A human warship positioned in the orbit of an alien world could serve as a staging point for larger fleets, a refueling station, or a command center for future operations. Diplomatic mission or psychological warfare? If the warship arrives with communication attempts rather than immediate aggression, it could be a diplomatic effort, or something far more insidious. Humans understand the power of psychological dominance. The mere sight of a technologically superior vessel can force a weaker civilization into submission without a single shot fired. Would an alien species recognize the difference between genuine peace talks and a subtle, calculated move toward control? Possible alien responses: fight, flight, or diplomacy. How should an alien civilization react to the detection of a human warship? The answer depends on its level of technological advancement, military readiness, and understanding of human behavior. There are several possible responses, each with its risks and consequences. Preemptive strike, the risk of escalation. A civilization that perceives the warship as an immediate threat might launch a preemptive strike. However, this could be a fatal miscalculation. If humans have mastered defensive technologies, such as energy shields or countermeasure systems, the attack could be ineffective or even provoke an overwhelming retaliation. Throughout history, human military forces have responded to perceived aggression with overwhelming force, ensuring that no enemy strikes first and survives. Immediate retreat. The danger of appeasement. Some civilizations may choose to withdraw, abandoning colonies or orbital defenses in the face of superior technology. However, history warns of the dangers of appeasement. On Earth, civilizations that surrendered without resistance often found themselves subjugated, their resources exploited, and their cultures erased. If humans see a lack of opposition as weakness, they may accelerate their plans, viewing the world as ripe for the taking. 3. Strategic diplomacy, playing the long game. The most effective countermeasure may be a carefully executed diplomatic strategy. Understanding human psychology is key. Engaging them in negotiations, offering mutual benefits, or even misleading them about technological capabilities could buy time to prepare a proper defense. Humans value strategic alliances, but they also respect strength. A civilization that appears too weak may be absorbed. One that demonstrates calculated defiance might earn their caution. What happens next? The unfolding crisis with the warship. Now detected, the situation is reaching a critical point. Every action, whether defensive, offensive, or diplomatic, will shape the future of this confrontation. If the vessel is a mere scout, then larger fleets may be on their way. If it is a lone explorer, its mission must be uncovered before irreversible decisions are made. For those watching from the surface, the questions remain. Is this the beginning of a war or the start of something even more unpredictable? 9. The unpredictable tactics of human warfare. If history has proven anything, it is that humans rarely fight in predictable ways. Their war strategies have evolved through centuries of trial and error, often relying on unconventional thinking, adaptability, and sheer tenacity. Any civilization facing a human warship must understand that brute force alone will not be enough. Humanity's military doctrines on Earth provide insight into their approach to warfare in space. Their tactics revolve around three key principles: asymmetry, deception, and overwhelming force. Say. Asymmetry, turning weakness into strength. One of humanity's most dangerous traits is its ability to wage war even when outmatched. On Earth, weaker nations have historically defeated or outlasted superior adversaries by employing asymmetric warfare, using unconventional methods to exploit vulnerabilities. Guerrilla warfare in space. If humanity has brought guerrilla tactics to the stars, then direct confrontation may be a mistake. Rather than engaging in full-scale battles, they may use ambushes, hit-and-run attacks, and sabotage. If their warship is not alone, smaller cloaked vessels or automated drones could be lurking, waiting to strike from unexpected angles. Electronic and cyber warfare. On Earth, humans have mastered hacking and electronic warfare to disable enemy systems without firing a shot. In a space conflict, a human warship could disrupt enemy communications, disable power grids, or even turn an alien civilization's own defenses against them. Biological and psychological warfare. If a direct assault is unfeasible, humans may deploy biological agents, engineered viruses or nanotechnology designed to incapacitate populations without destroying infrastructure. More subtly, psychological operations could be used to spread fear, misinformation, and distrust, weakening an enemy from within. So, deception. The art of misdirection. Humans do not always win wars through sheer strength. Many of their greatest victories have been achieved through deception, exploiting their enemies' assumptions. False retreats and ambushes. The Battle of Cannae in 216 BCE saw a numerically inferior force use a feigned retreat to lure a stronger enemy into a trap. In space, this tactic could be replicated by a human warship appearing damaged or defenseless, only to strike when the enemy lets its guard down. Holographic and decoy technology. If human engineering has advanced beyond traditional warfare, their ships may not always be what they seem. An enemy may think they are facing a single warship, only to discover that it was a decoy while the real attack comes from another direction. Manipulation and psychological operations. Human intelligence. Agencies on Earth have perfected the art of misinformation. A human warship could use intercepted communications to spread false messages, convince enemy forces to stand down, or even pit rival factions against each other. Overwhelming force. The final strike, when humans decide to unleash their full military might, they do so with terrifying efficiency. If their warship is preparing for an all-out attack, it may deploy a combination of the following. Orbital bombardment. The most straightforward method of planetary assault is striking from orbit. Humans may use kinetic bombardment, dropping tungsten rods from orbit at hypersonic speeds to cause nuclear-level devastation without radioactive fallout. AI-controlled combat drones. human warfare has increasingly relied on autonomous combat systems. In space, these drones could outmaneuver traditional piloted ships, requiring no rest, no fear, and no hesitation to eliminate targets. Terraforming as a weapon. If humans view a planet's biosphere as an obstacle, they may not seek conquest, they may seek transformation. Terraforming technology could be used to alter atmospheric conditions, making a world uninhabitable for its native species while preparing it for human colonization. Time is running out. A decision must be made. With the warship now fully detected and its purpose still unknown, alien leaders must decide. Do they prepare for battle, attempt negotiation, or flee? Every moment of hesitation brings the warship closer. Every wrong move could spell destruction. One thing is certain: if humanity has truly arrived in force, the galaxy is about to change forever. The warship's capabilities. A glimpse into humanity's arsenal. To understand the full scale of the threat, one must analyze the technology and firepower this warship possesses. Humanity's military advancements have always followed a pattern: innovate, adapt, and overcome. The warship in question is unlikely to be a mere relic of Earth's past. It is likely a product of the most advanced warfare doctrines humanity has ever developed. Feist. Weapon systems. Beyond conventional firepower, humans have a long history of warfare, and their ability to develop increasingly destructive weapons has only grown with their technological evolution. A human warship is not just an armored fortress. It is a fully equipped battlefield, capable of engaging enemies across multiple combat scenarios. Kinetic kill weapons. Instead of relying on traditional explosives, human warships may use high-velocity projectiles capable of piercing enemy hulls with devastating force. A simple tungsten rod, dropped from orbit, could hit a planet with the energy of a nuclear explosion, without the radiation. Directed energy weapons, DEWs. Humanity has long pursued the development of laser, plasma, and particle beam weapons. Unlike traditional ballistic weaponry, DEWs travel at the speed of light, making them impossible to dodge. If the warship is equipped with such technology, it can strike with precision before an enemy even registers the attack. Antimatter warheads. If humans have mastered antimatter containment, their weapons could make nuclear arms look primitive. A single antimatter warhead could vaporize a city-sized target instantly. Unlike conventional nuclear explosions, antimatter reactions leave no radioactive residue, only pure destruction. Nanoweaponry. The use of nanotechnology in warfare could allow a warship to unleash microscopic machines capable of dismantling enemy ships at a molecular level. These swarms of self-replicating nanobots could be programmed to consume metal, disrupt electronics, or even attack biological organisms. Defensive capabilities. The unbreakable shield. While the warship's offensive potential is terrifying, its defensive measures are just as formidable. Human military history has shown that survivability is just as important as firepower. Energy shields and deflector fields. If humans have moved beyond conventional armor, their ships may be encased in energy shields capable of absorbing or deflecting incoming attacks. These shields might be adaptive, responding dynamically to different types of energy and projectile impacts. Regenerative hull technology. Advanced materials engineered at the nanoscopic level could allow a warship to self-repair damage in real time. What appears to be a fatal hull breach could seal itself in moments, rendering prolonged engagements ineffective. Electronic countermeasures, ECM. Humans understand the importance of electronic warfare. A warship's ECM suite could jam enemy targeting systems, scramble guidance mechanisms, or even hijack enemy drones and turn them against their operators. Automated defense systems. The warship may be protected by automated turrets, high-speed drone interceptors, or AI-controlled countermeasures capable of tracking and neutralizing threats before they come close. The crew. A deadlier threat than the ship itself. As advanced as the warship is, the true danger may not lie in its weapons but in the humans who command it. Augmented soldiers. If humanity has merged biotechnology with military tactics, the crew aboard this ship may not be entirely human in the traditional sense. Cybernetic enhancements, neural uplinks, and bioengineered warriors could make them stronger, faster, and more intelligent than any alien counterpart. AI command systems. The warship may not require human intervention at all. AI-driven tactical systems could react at speeds far beyond organic beings, predicting enemy movements and optimizing battlefield strategy with ruthless efficiency. Psychological resilience. Unlike many species that avoid war, humans have spent their entire history fighting. Their psychological tolerance for conflict, loss, and prolonged warfare means that they do not break under pressure. If cornered, they will not surrender. They will become even more dangerous. 18. The ticking clock. Is this humanity's first move or their last warning? As the warship draws closer, one question remains. Was this an accident of exploration or a deliberate first move in a grander strategy? The implications are staggering. If humanity has reached a point where it can send warships into deep space, then the galaxy is no longer safe. Are they looking for allies, or are they searching for their next conquest? More importantly, if this is just one warship, how many more are out there? The moment of contact, friend or foe, the warship has arrived. Its massive silhouette looms against the cosmic backdrop, an ominous reminder that the galaxy is no longer isolated from human influence. For the alien civilization detecting this vessel, the moment of truth is at hand. Do they attempt communication? Do they prepare for battle? Or do they flee, hoping to avoid whatever fate this human warship brings? Every second that passes feels like an eternity. The warship's systems are active, its sensors scanning, its weapons primed, though not yet firing. Its silence is just as terrifying as any open hostility. What does it want? Is this the beginning of war or the opening of diplomacy? Quaint. The first transmission. A message from the unknown. Then, without warning, the warship sends a transmission. It is broadcast in multiple frequencies across every possible communication channel, ensuring that its message is received. But what will it say? A demand for surrender? If humans have arrived as conquerors, they may begin with an ultimatum. History shows that humanity rarely engages in war without an advantage. They may demand total submission, offering a choice, compliance or annihilation, an offer of alliance. Perhaps this warship is not here for conquest, but for diplomacy. Humanity may be searching for allies in a hostile universe, extending an invitation rather than a declaration of war. But can they be trusted? A cryptic warning? What if humanity is not the threat, but something else is? The warship's arrival could be a warning of an even greater danger lurking beyond the void. A galactic war, an existential crisis, a force that even humans fear. If this is the case, then rejecting their message may be the gravest mistake of all. The warship's true purpose. A galactic crossroads. Regardless of the message, the alien civilization must now decide. The future hinges on this single moment. Their response will shape the fate of their species, and possibly the galaxy itself. If they attack, a declaration of hostility will likely be met with swift and overwhelming retaliation. Humanity's history shows that they do not forgive easily. If war begins, it may not end until one side is utterly destroyed. If they flee, escape is an option, but it may not be the right one. If the warship was merely scouting, then a retreating fleet could be seen as a sign of weakness, inviting future invasions. If they engage in diplomacy, this could be the beginning of something greater, an alliance, an exchange of knowledge, or even a coexistence. But trusting humanity is a gamble, one that must be made carefully. The unseen consequences. Has the galaxy already changed? No matter the decision, the truth is undeniable. Humanity is here. Their presence in the galaxy is no longer a myth, no longer speculation. It is a reality. The warship is just the beginning. If one has arrived, there will be more. Are they scouts, soldiers, emissaries, or something even more terrifying? The moment of impact has come. Not with weapons, but with the realization that the universe will never be the same again. The balance of power has shifted. The question is no longer if humanity is a threat, but whether the galaxy is prepared for what comes next. Because if history has shown one thing, it is this: when humans arrive, they never leave.